So today, Update 2 for Hell Let Loose finally rolled out, which isn't quite as big as Update 1, but still adds in a lot of new content and bug fixes. Not just that, but we also got some hints at what's coming soon in the next few updates. So guys, this is BillyEatWorld again, and let's find out. Alright, so to kick off, unlike the last big update, unfortunately there's no new maps in this one, but there is a brand new vehicle, the iconic Tiger 1 tank. And well, if you know anything about World War II history, well, this one needs no introduction. It's massive, it's heavily armoured, and it's got an insane 88mm gun. The only trade-off is it's very slow. The German faction can only field one of these at a time, and according to the devs, you want to try and attack it in groups because handheld AT weapons will have a hard time hurting it. Apparently what you want to do is try and aim for the barrel or the tracks to try and disable it so that friendly tanks can get in closer and actually take it out. Now, the other big new feature that this update has added is the brand new visual customization system, which the devs are calling the Barracks. This is where you'll not only be able to change the look of your character, but you'll be able to view things like character progression as well, which obviously is a huge deal. Speaking of progression, well, that's apparently going to be coming very soon as well, and it'll also introduce the ability to change your primary weapon and customize your loadout. But with that being said, don't go expecting a really deep customization system. I'd imagine in a game like this, we're probably only going to get maybe 2 or 3 weapon options for each kit. Now onto the less flashy but still important side of things, this update also adds in a ton of much needed improvements to the way that units work. For example, officers can now invite and kick people from units, and if you want to play with a private group of friends, well, you can lock your unit as well. Not just that, but the devs have also added in a bunch of new features for server admins, generally aimed at improving server balance and notifying players of admin actions. So in a nutshell, if you're not an admin, well, you probably won't notice a huge change with this one, but hopefully your overall experience in servers should be much better from now on. And finally, the last major change worth mentioning in this update is to vehicle audio, which apparently has been significantly upgraded. Not only have the actual sound files used for vehicles been improved, the devs have also tweaked how they interact with the in-game worlds. Each vehicle should now have its own unique audio signature, so you should be able to tell from a distance whether or not a vehicle is friendly or hostile. And also apparently in the next few weeks, the devs are also going to be adding in what they describe as a ducking system, which will, quote, create a proper audio dynamic between the interior and exterior of closed vehicles. Now, that's all the main changes that are included in this patch, but just before we finish up, I want to tell you guys about some new info that we got about what's coming up in update number 3. Because in the patch notes for update 2, the devs also laid out what they're currently working on, which includes the progression and stat system that I mentioned earlier on. Most importantly though, the post mentions that Update 3 will include a new map based on the iconic Omaha Beach battle, as well as a brand new game mode called Offensive. And not just that, but it also hints at 2 more new maps that are in the works. We don't know what these are just yet, but what we do know is that they're both based on iconic Western Front battles. But finally, the last thing I want to mention is that apart from all the new content we've already talked about, obviously there were a ton of other tweaks and bug fixes in this patch as well. But in saying that, what I did notice is that in the 2 hours it took me to capture the gameplay you can see in this video, my game actually did crash twice, which I don't think I've ever experienced before, and it'd be interesting to know if any of you guys are having crashing issues as well. Not just that, but I'm actually a bit disappointed that in this update we didn't get any word on if and when the devs will be introducing a server queue feature. So unfortunately, sorry guys, that does look like we might have to deal with spamming the refresh button in the browser at least for another few months, and hopefully the devs will have some news for us on this sooner rather than later. But anyway, guys, that just about wraps up this quick update video. So as always, make sure you let me know what you think about anything you've seen in this one in the comment section down below. And of course, just remember that I can't possibly cover every last detail of this update in one video. So if you do want more info, check out the full patch notes, which I'll link in the description down below. As always, though, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please feel free to check out the links in the description if you want to see any more of these videos. And also, don't forget you can find my Twitter and Discord links down there as well if you want to keep in touch. And as always, until next time, see you later, and have a good one.